Hello there, and welcome to Memento. This is a game apparently about guilt and tragedy and all the things that come with that. So we're gonna start today on a sad note, and maybe we'll talk some things out. Let's get right to it. All right, starting off at home. Phone ringing.
You have 34
We got in
new
here.
messages. To retrieve your messages, press 1.
Can I pick any of this
Someone
up?
calling my name repeatedly, but it was a voice I couldn't recognize. I opened my eyes and looked around. I was on a hospital bed, circled by nurses. Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson, you finally woke up. I can see that the effects of the drugs are wearing off, and you're finally getting better now. We just have some more tests to run, and we can discharge you tomorrow, said a nurse.
Oh, what's this?
The hospital smell was almost
Must
insufferable,
be my
and
kid.
all the loud noises were making me confused and agitated. I couldn't remember how I ended up in the hospital. I couldn't remember anything, really. The nurse looked at me with kindness and continued talking.
Brotherhood.
Don't worry, your memory will slowly come back. You just have to go home and rest. A difficult time might come, but if you need psychological
Need to go home and
support,
rest,
we're
huh?
here to recommend you the best. Again, we're sorry for your loss, and we all hope that you'll be fine. All the needed tests were done, so I was discharged the day after. I was standing in front of a house, confused about everything around me. I didn't know whose house this was and why I was brought to it. I unlocked the door and entered the house. Everything I saw didn't remind me of anything specific, but I had a familiar feeling inside the house.
What's in here?
The smell of it made me feel somehow safe. What is this place? And why do I feel like I know it? I thought while looking around. I started going through all the rooms and looking at all the photos that were hung on the walls. Fractured scenes kept coming into my
Don't
mind.
remember anything.
Remembering slowly who the people I was seeing in the pictures were.
Oh my
I felt
god.
like my head was about to explode from all the images that were rolling inside my head. I was trying to put everything together so I could understand how the story went. The memories that I got back were not the best. I remembered my family, my wife Gloria, and my two children, Luke and Lucy. My relationship with Gloria was not the best lately. Our communication was almost completely gone, and the time we spent together was almost non-existent.
Maybe we wait on the basement.
I was a workaholic, and I didn't take much care of Gloria or the kids. Gloria was always tired and upset, worn by the family situation.
Nice.
We got into fights every time we got a chance because everything Gloria wanted from me was to at least try to take care of the family. On the other hand, I loved working as much as I could.
It doesn't sound like he was a very present, good father or husband.
I have to admit, remembering all these things made me feel guilty. Seeing Gloria upset every day was never what I intended, but that's just how things always work between us. I didn't only have a bad relationship with my wife,
That's a
but
cat.
also with my son. Luke was a teenager, and he loved going out late at night and locking himself in his room. Luke didn't really listen to us. He liked being a rebel and only doing what he wanted.
Can I interact
The
with you?
problem is that I didn't really try
No.
to fix the relationship with my son, Gloria being the only one that was taking care of Luke's education. I was always working, and when I wasn't, I never really got the necessary power to have that discussion with him. Luke was rarely with us because he was rarely home. He never ate with us or talked to us. When he was home, he was either playing video games or playing the guitar, but not leaving his room. I always put this behavior on the fact that he was a teenager.
See,
Now that I'm thinking about it, this was
that
something
strikes,
that
I
needed to be
think,
talked
pretty
about.
close for a lot of people who
Lucy
grew
was
up
the
with
only one that
workaholic
everyone got
parents.
along with very well, because she was
I
still a
can't go
very
in
little
there.
child. Lucy was the kid that every parent wishes for. She rarely cries or complains about anything. Always happy and smiling, Lucy was the only one that made Gloria feel better. Her always cheerful giggles
See, a
around
lot
the
of
house
people
made Gloria smile and forget
get
about all
lost
the
in
other
things
things
like
she
music or
didn't like.
video games to forget
But where is
things,
everyone?
especially when you're
I thought,
younger. I know
looking
I
at the
did.
family photo.
It's an escape,
As I was looking through the kitchen, I saw a
and when you're
half-drained coffee
young,
cup,
you
and I
don't
remembered
really
that I'd
know how
left
to
that there
process a
before
lot
we
of
went on our
things
family
because you're
trip.
still learning how to
We decided
process
that
things.
we'd go on a
Even
vacation
as an
together,
adult, it's
a
difficult.
family trip to solve our problems. friendship, spending time together and talking about things any father and son talk about. It was the first time I felt the father-son connection, and I regretted every second in which I didn't talk to my son. Lucy was having the time of her life, playing with all kinds of different toys and always laughing. We were all happy to see her smile and have fun, and she made us feel good too, contaminating us with her positive energy. As I kept remembering things about the trip, I got a bad feeling. My heart started beating faster, I felt my stomach turning, and different images started flowing through my mind. Unfortunately, our amazing trip took a bad turn on our way back home. I was driving, talking to
You
Gloria,
get into a
and the
car
kids were
accident?
sleeping in the back seat. The music was playing ambiently. The kids were snoring, and I was driving on the highway. In that moment of inattention, I crashed the car brutally into
Yeah.
a truck that was stationed in the emergency lane. The image and sound of the car crashing was the last thing I remembered before waking up in the hospital. The scene of the accident kept rolling in my head again and again, and I felt like crying on the floor, just now understanding what happened. The sadness and guilt started crawling straight inside my heart. My body was shaking, and I couldn't stop crying. I lost the family that I just got back, and we just started forming a real family again. And I ruined everything. All the time I spent in the office working and not spending time with my family was now my biggest regret. I just now understood why the nurse told me about the psychological help, and why she told me that she felt sorry for my loss. I couldn't believe the memories that were flowing through my mind. For weeks after that, I still had hoped that it wasn't how I remembered, and everyone kept telling me that I remembered everything right. No matter how hard I tried, or how many times I visited a psychologist, depression still got me.
Yeah.
Everyone was
That's
telling me that I should forgive
that's
myself,
how
and
depression
that life
works.
goes on, but my thoughts were not even close to forgiveness. I wish I had never got my memory back, was the first thing I said every morning when I woke up.
See, that's why I think, there's nothing wrong with wanting your career to advance and putting it forward and first in your life. But I think there comes a time where, if you're starting a family, it's important to have that security of a career. But when you are spending too much time focused on that and you're not present with your family, then what's the point? Because all you're doing at that point is providing. You're not present. You're missing out on all the things that a family is there for, you know? You're missing all the birthday parties and all the firsts. I can't really talk much because I don't care much to have my own family. I'm happy with myself and my partner, my girlfriend, and my cats. But I just I can't imagine having my own child and not wanting to be there or not trying to be there for every moment I could. I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, you would think that you would want to try and be present at all times because just like in this scenario where a car accident took everything away, everything can be taken away from you in an instant. Nothing is permanent or safe ever. life can change in an instant. And that's really all it takes, you know? I don't know if there's something I've missed, if there's something I'm supposed to be looking for. You know, it's sad because this is probably, obviously, not necessarily based on a true story, but I can almost guarantee something like this has happened before to somebody, this exact scenario, because it's not all that uncommon or unbelievable. You know, and makes you think a little bit how short life can be. You know, to hear somebody's story and then essentially go around their house and look at the things that they spoke of and talked about. It's kind of weird. What is this? Alright. Well, I just checked and this is the end of the game. It just kind of lets you wander aimlessly from here on out, so with that said, um, hold the ones you care about close. You know, maybe take a step back sometimes and just think about those you care about. Maybe there's somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe there's somebody you feel like you need to reach out to. But don't wait. Don't wait anymore. Take that next step. Talk to somebody. And, yeah, just. Life's short. Don't waste your time sweating the little things. And, yeah, I don't know where to go from here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.